Hello, and welcome to the new year, episode 50 of the Full Send Half Mast podcast. Excited to have an episode here tonight with Tom. Tom, how are you doing tonight? How was your new year, man?
Oh, it was pretty good. We didn't do anything. In fact, the most excitement that we had was watching CFP. That's about it.
Heck yeah. Yeah, I didn't watch much of it. I watched the Washington game, just Northwest representing, so that was kind of cool. But yeah, and then I watched a little bit of Tulsa Shootout this weekend. That was pretty exciting. So I do want to talk a little bit about that here in this episode tonight. But first off, I want to get started with a quick word from our sponsor before we get into this tonight. W Energy Blends, introducing Neurofactor, an all-natural coffee fruit extract to help fuel you with energy, laser focus, and fast reflexes. Provides concentration with important aminos and vitamins without the crash that ordinary canned energy drinks just cannot provide. Try amazing flavors such as Dragonade, Dub Sludge, Galaxy Grenade, and my personal favorite, Beach and Peach. Buy the starter pack today, including 2 flavors and a shake cup for an extremely low price. Follow the link in the description below, which is w.gg, and use promo code DIGABOYS for 10% off your order. Thanks to Dubby for their continued sponsorship of Digaboys Broadcasting. Alrighty. Yeah, I'm super excited for this new year to get kicked off and kind of do a little bit of rebranding on the channel. If you guys have noticed, got a new backdrop. Puts a little bit of time into that. We got a new logo thanks to Tim Henderson. I don't know if you're listening tonight, but Tim Henderson designed this super cool Dega Boys logo for us that we're going to be using here in 2024. And then we did a little bit of touch-ups to the Full Sun Half Mast podcast logo. And if there's some interest, we might be making some t-shirts with that logo on it. So if you guys want to rep your favorite podcast, internet reality show, or whatever you want to claim this to be, that would be awesome here in 2024. First off, though, we're going to get into a little bit of news. So this week announced that Ty Dillon will be running in the Truck Series full-time in 2024 with Rackley War. We talked about this in the past. He was like rumored to Collie. That didn't happen, and now he's going to Rackley War in 2024. Expectations, if any?
None. I will happily eat crow if he performs, but I'm seriously not expecting anything. No.
Yeah, me neither. I mean, it's a big dub for him. I mean, if I was him, I'd be taking this with an absolute reward. Like you're getting an opportunity with a decent truck team. I mean, they're not championship caliber by any means, but I mean, it's decent enough. I mean, look what De Benedetto did. They took them to the playoffs last year. So, yeah, big dub for him. Probably a big L for really anybody that's a fan of racing. Ty Dillon's just not it. And then also, SVG announced that he's going to be running at the Daytona ARCA race with Pinnacle Racing Group in the opener at Daytona. I guess I'm excited for this. I mean, I don't expect him to run well. Not at all. I mean, it's a super speedway, really one of his first opportunities, but I feel like the more seat time he can get doing this style of racing is good for him. I don't know. It'll be interesting. Do you think he'll do good? Do you think this is just going to be a wash and just get some experience?
Look, it's ARCA at Daytona, first race of the year. What's the one thing we can predict out of the ARCA series at Daytona? Wrecking, ARCA breaking, negative bank accounts, fists, old people, beer. I mean, all of that is 100% correct. And yeah, so, I honestly think the only reason why SVG's running this race is to satisfy some requirements for the Xfinity race. And that's it. Honestly, that's it.
Yeah, I think that's the only thing you could chalk it up to, right?
There's no reason for SVG to go out there and win this race. There's no reason. All he's got to do is meet requirements, not get hurt, not wreck a race car, so he can race in the Xfinity Series. That's it.
Yeah. And the way the schedules line out this year is the ARCA race and the Xfinity race are on the same day on Saturday before the Daytona 500 on Sunday. So I don't know how I feel about that. We could probably talk about that in depth later on, but the whole Speed Weeks thing is dead. It's gone. And then I also kind of want to honor real quick. Gil DeFerrin and Kelly Yarbrough this week passing away. Kind of a sad day in motorsports. Legends in their own rights. So yeah, some tough news there this week. We did put a little post out. I put a little memorial for them on the channel, so go check that out. Put some pretty good stats and some of their accomplishments. So forever racing. Gil DeFerrin, Kelly Yarbrough. All right, and then like I mentioned with the Tulsa Shootout this weekend, I watched a little bit of the Tulsa Shootout. I had a good time actually watching that. We're watching a lot of the Alphabet Soups and the LCQs there on Saturday. It was really entertaining. But I guess my biggest point here with the Tulsa Shootout is we know racing has become like a how do you say it? Rich kid sport, I guess. A lot of money, no talent. And that's a lot of what we saw this weekend at Tulsa Shootout. I mean, we saw a lot of really bad racing. We saw some good racing, but a lot of bad racing. Just rich kids making really desperate, aggressive moves that were just... There was just way too much wrecking, way too much flipping. What's your thoughts on that? I mean, it's kind of a shit show, right?
So I heard one thing where, what was it, 23 races before somebody flipped? Something like that?
Yeah,
and
it started off well. I would agree.
Yeah, but I think that's a hilarious statistic, right? Because you're counting races where somebody hasn't flipped. But I just thought that was funny. You know, that's just me. But yeah, I think you're right with the whole rich kid deal. You know, it's a worldwide thing now, right? I mean, we see it in all forms of motorsports now, and honestly, whatever. Let the pretty boys duke it out with each other. You know, like earlier in 2023, you know, we held a podcast where we picked, you know, a few drivers who we would love to go out there in a boxing ring and just beat down on each other. I think I chose Chase Elliott and Ryan Blaney, because they're probably the two most Hollywood characters in NASCAR. And it wouldn't, I mean, it would be hilarious to see, but I feel like stuff like this would absolutely constitute something like a Ryan Blaney versus Chase Elliott fight.
Yeah. Can you imagine like a couple 10-year-olds that are just duking it out after their race?
Yeah, that would be awesome. Let them have
man.
it. Well, you can't have that because they're minors, but
yeah.
Well, if it's minor versus minor, you're not even looking at jail time.
Yeah.
Right? Well, I could be wrong.
I don't know how that works. Yeah.
I know that everybody...
I don't know what the laws are there.
Everybody who got in a fight in high school didn't go to jail.
That's true.
You know?
Got a little bit of a vacation from school, which is nice, but that was about it.
That's a benefit, in my opinion, right there.
Yeah. But I mean, to your sentiment with fights, though, we saw a lot of fights in the pits and stuff this weekend, too, which was pretty entertaining. Nothing better than a good old dirt track pit road fight, man. This is some classic stuff right there. So, and it's all, I mean, there was it was a lot of carnage, a lot of flips, a lot of aggressive racing. And I guess that's really all you could chalk up the Tulsa Shootout into anymore. It's not really the pinnacle as it once was. But next weekend is the Chili Bowl, so we'll preview that. I guess one more thing I do want to talk about when we're in regards to dirt racing is this weekend, or I guess this week is Speed Weeks in Australia for the Western Australia versus USA Sprint Car Challenges. Me and Tom, we watched the one of the races. I think it was on the 30th or maybe the 29th between Brad Sweet and Rico Abreu and then Callum Williamson. God, what a race that was. Holy cow. If you guys have not seen it, go look it up. Absolute thrilling racing. And if Callum Williamson does not get an opportunity to come to America and run in like the World of Outlaws, or I mean, get like an opportunity in America, I think that would be a major shame. That dude has a lot of talent, and he put it on display against probably two of the best sprint car drivers in America. So that was really fun to watch. Alrighty. The main thing we're here today for, if you're reading the title of this video, me and Tom are here tonight to give you our 10 bold predictions for the motorsports world this year, 2024. Predictions that, and by bold, I don't mean something that could happen. This is just outlandish. The craziest things we could come up with. me and Tom talked before the podcast. We think maybe if we can get one of these right, then we would have been successful. There's maybe like another two to four somewhere in that range that we think could happen if all the stars align. But these are just outlandish. Like, these aren't meant to be serious. These are just absolute ridiculous predictions that me and Tom can come up with. So, with that being said, I'll let Tom lead us off with his first bold prediction for 2024.
All right. So, my first prediction is Sheldon Creed wins at least 5 Xfinity races. All right. And look, last year, 2023. Yeah, first off, I just want to say I have a lot of spirit in Sheldon Creed. I have a lot of faith in Sheldon Creed. But I truly believe that the one holding him back at RCR was RC. That came evident at Martinsville. So, it is a pretty long shot to go out and say Sheldon Creed does win 5 races, in my opinion, just be based off of his stats. But new team, good team. It's not like he's going to some freaking AM Racing or MBM or whatever, But Joe Gibbs, Toyota equipment, it's a possibility, I think.
Yeah, I like what you said there. I mean, I feel like you and me, Tom, we've been like the biggest supporters of Sheldon Creed pretty much all year last year. I mean, I wavered a little bit, and you kept me on that track. Like, he's got it. You're gonna figure this out. It's going to Joe Gibbs next year, right? So I'm kind of gonna go with my first prediction. I'm gonna kind of piggyback off yours a little bit here because I believe that if Sheldon Creed does win at least 5 races, Sheldon Creed wins the 2024 NASCAR Xfinity Series Championship. And I'm here for it. I believe this one is the one I'm most confident in out of all my 10 bold predictions. Because if he can find a way to win those 5 races this year, he will be your 2024 NASCAR Xfinity Series champion. All right, Tom, what's your second bold prediction here?
All right, I've got Oscar Piastri winning a Grand Prix. Because, I mean, look, it could happen if he was not paired against Lando Norris. That's what it is.
I don't doubt that he has the talent, but I'm with you. I think it's all coming down to being a teammate with Lando Norris. And then I guess my second bold prediction here is I believe Charles Leclerc wins at least 2 Grand Prix this year. If Ferrari's strategy team can pull their head out of their rear end this season and actually call a race to a decent standard, I believe Charles Leclerc has the talent. He has the ability. Ferrari has the car to do it, I believe, to win at least 2 Grand Prix in 2024. All right, and then I will jump in and do my third one here before I let you jump into your third one here, Tom. Bold prediction number 3 for me is I believe Todd Gilliland wins his first career Cup Series race in 2024. With the speed that Front Row Motorsports had showed last year, Michael McDowell ends up winning a race. Me and Tom both predicted. I think Tom was the first one to actually predict it last year that Michael McDowell would win a race in 2023 and make the playoffs. And that ended up coming to fruition. He ended up winning a race. I believe Todd Gilliland is a capable race car driver. He's going to be in his 3rd year now. I think he's got a lot of experience under his belt. He made a lot of those mistakes that you're supposed to make your first couple of years. And by the end of last year, we talked about it in our driver recap and grade system. His stats did not reflect how good he really did last year. I think that was a bad misrepresentation of what he actually did on track. There was many races last year he showed really good pace and speed. I believe he carries that momentum into 2024. I think Front Row is going to be really competitive, and I believe he does get his first career win in 2024.
I agree, but my third pick is Ricky Stenhouse. Old Ricky Stenhouse goes back-to-back Daytona 500 champion. That's pretty much a tie for my most bold prediction. But I think that's pretty damn bold if you ask me.
I don't know what to think about that. That is bold.
Maybe a little bit of filler on my list, but it's still bold.
It's very bold. Oh man.
All right. Let's see. I'm gonna move on with my fourth pick. I'm gonna go with the 01 Ganassi team, but more specifically, Sebastian Bourdais wins the IMSA GTP championship, the title.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
bold.
it can happen. But I think it can happen, okay? Look, they had an off season to get their crap straight. And and like what we said for the IMSA preview, right? If the 01 team comes out and does extremely well at Daytona, I believe they're going to be a threat throughout the whole year. I think they're going to be championship leader for most of the year. But if they completely miss Daytona, it's over. It's over.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I would say last year they were probably one of the top teams in all of IMSA. I mean, they really had the pace. Their reliability, their DNFs, their wrecks. I mean,
Yeah.
wow, you're right. They could if
was
they
a
could
rip.
put it together. I think that's a pretty good prediction. It's bold, but it's a good prediction. I guess my answer to this is for my fourth one. I believe that Lamborghini wins an IMSA race this year. They're only running the endurance races, but I believe that being in both the World Endurance Championship as well as IMSA, by the time the end of the season comes around, where more of the endurance races are, like the 6 hours of the Glen, we got the 12-hour Petit Le Mans. I think one of those two races I'm looking at for them getting a victory in IMSA this year in a GTP class. I think that just being in the World Endurance Championship and having that experience, getting the kinks worked out throughout the year, making those early mistakes, having those early failures that they can learn from and get their car better. I believe that's going to lend them into a point where they can win a race. And we've seen how competitive GTP has been the last few, or especially last year, the inaugural year, with how anybody could win on any given race. It felt like it's just a matter of reliability, not making mistakes, putting yourself in position strategy wise. I think that's going to lend an opportunity for Lamborghini to really show their muscle towards the end of the year and snag a victory in IMSA. I'll jump into the next one here, Tom. I believe that NASCAR is going to announce sometime during this 2024 season that Rockingham is going to host the All-Star race for 2025. The reason I believe this is, one, I believe that the NASCAR fan reception of North Wilkesboro after this season with the second All-Star race attempt is going to be terrible. I believe 95% of racing NASCAR fans are going to absolutely hate this product. I promise you, I'm not going to be one of them because I think that track plays out to be an old-fashioned style short track NASCAR race. It shows what NASCAR was in the 90s, but this new modern day fan base will not appreciate it, especially going back a second time. I think that maybe the hope is it's going to be better than it was this year in their eyes. I don't think that's going to be a difference. I think it's going to play out the same way, and they're going to be fiending for a new opportunity. And the perfect place to go is another throwback race that they want or pretend they want, which is going to be Rockingham. With all the money that North Carolina has put into Rockingham, all the money that NASCAR's invested in Rockingham, all of the repave that they just did, I believe that that's going to be the host of the 2024 All-Star race. And NASCAR will announce it. What you got?
All right. So my fifth prediction is Chris Buescher making the Final Four. And the only reason why I think that's a bold pick is because I believe that with the inconsistencies of drivers throughout the playoffs, even making the playoffs, that playoff battle that we had last year was pretty intense. But just making the playoffs, but then all the way surviving to the Final Four, I mean, Truex rode on his wind buffer to the Final 8. William Byron rode on his wind buffer through the Final 4. Christopher Bell did Christopher Bell things, and then Ryan Blaney just really turned it up at the end of the season. I mean, even with all those variables coming into play, Denny Hamlin didn't make it. Joey Logano didn't make it. I mean, Kyle Larson was there, wasn't he?
Yeah, Kyle Larson.
Yeah. But there's so many drivers that with more established, better. I really shouldn't say better equipment because RFK is there now, but I think they still have those other teams still have an edge over RFK. But even with the better equipment that they had, you know, inconsistencies and DNFs happen. The one reason why I think Denny Hamlin didn't make the Final Four when he should have made the Final Four was because of Homestead. He had a parts failure into turn one and blew his chances. So, I just think that and with the growing organization of RFK, absolutely, I think this is a huge, bold prediction to put Chris Buescher, over into the Final Four. So, and with that, I'm gonna jump into my sixth pick, which is this is pretty bold. You ready for this? AJ Foyt Racing wins the Indy 500. The most consistent team in IndyCar reverses the consistency and finishes first. And that's about that.
That's gotta be one of the top bold predictions we got so far. I mean, that's wild.
Beat it. Beat it.
I think we need to talk about who's driving for him first here. We got what?
Who knows? They'll announce it a week before freaking St. Petersburg. Who knows? Who knows?
Oh man, that's bold. I like that one. I like that one a lot. Oh man. I'm gonna read some of the chats here first before we get into some more of these. I'll give you guys a break here. Jersey Bear, this is Jared. Hey, watching the podcast. He says confirmed Ty Dillon is indeed not it. That's confirmed.
Confirmed through Jared.
Miner, carpenter, plumber. I don't care. Let them duke it out. I guess he's referring to the Tulsa shootout. Let's fight it out. Heck yeah.
Let's look. Great minds think alike.
I mean, they do race for the Golden Driller, so I mean that kind of fits your whole narrative there.
It should be just brass knuckles is what it should be.
There you go. Oh man. Alrighty. My prediction here, number 6 for me, is Scott Dixon goes winless in 2024, breaking a 16 race or year long, at least winning one race streak. He won 19 of the last 20, 16 in a row. I think that all streaks and all great runs come to an end. And like Tom said on the IndyCar preview podcast, if Scott Dixon doesn't start the season off winning right away before we get to the Indy 500, it could be a bad sign throughout the rest of the season. And maybe he doesn't get that late race surge or late season surge like he had this year. And I think that might lead to an opportunity where we see Scott Dixon go winless in 2024.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. All right. You guys ready for another bold prediction? Extremely bold. I'm being generous here. All right, very generous. Haley Deegan gets 3 top 5s in her rookie Xfinity season. Which one's more bold? Foyt or Deegan? Which one? I was trying to put like the best one, closest to each other, but I'm sticking to it.
That is absolutely insanely bold. Insanely bold. I mean, wow. I thought the last
That's
one
all you can say. There's no other way to describe this other than wow.
I think hell will have to freeze over first. I don't know. That's a tough one, man. That's
even if hell freezes over, you're saying wow. I'm just saying.
Oh man, I thought mine was pretty bold, which I'm gonna go into next. I predict Haley Deegan wins an SRX race in 2024, and I felt like that's kind of bold. But then I thought about it. I was like, this is kind of in the mid-tier bold because in the SRX she's racing in the similar cars against retired old dudes. So like the odds of that happening, I feel like are a little bit better than yours. Yours is bold, my guy. Holy
Look,
cow! 3 top 5s
the
next
only-
miniseries. Oh my.
The only thing Haley Diggin is winning is a TikTok Creator Award. That's
one
it.
of those YouTube plaques for the 100,000 subscribers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man. She probably already has that. I don't even know what her.
Look, the only person who might be able to beat her is Belle Delphine and her selling of bathwater.
Oh,
Just saying.
Oh man, I can already hear the comments now. All right, I'll jump into the 8th prediction. I don't want to spend too much more time on the last ones. My 8th prediction here is Ryan Blaney goes winless in 2024. A lot like Scott Dixon, I think he's going to go winless in 2024. And the reason I say this is because it seems like when one Penske driver does good, the other one starts to struggle. Beginning of the year, Joey Logano, semi-competitive. He wins at Atlanta. Looked like he was leading the show there at Penske. And then it was around May time when Blaney started putting good performance together, won the 600, and then it became Blaney's team. And Logano took a back seat and really struggled. Went missing. Absolutely went missing for the rest of that year. And then you look back the year before, Logano wins the championship. Where was Blaney? Gone. Non-existent all year long. Went winless in 2022. So I think it's going to, roles are going to reverse again. And it's going to go back in favor of Logano because Logano just shows time and time and time again that he is so good in the even-numbered years. We're in an even-numbered year. I think this is the year that Blaney takes a back seat and goes winless. Bold prediction, though. Very bold prediction because that's a tough one to call that one. Tom?
I'm going to go back to IndyCar here. And for my 8th prediction, I am going to put down that Will Power, who went winless in 2023, wins at least 2 races in 2024. And especially winning the Milwaukee race. Yeah. That's all I got to say about that.
Milwaukee. And then maybe one of the road courses, or you thinking maybe double ovals?
It's going to be. I think it's going to be double oval, and I think I'm just in the back of my head. I'm going to say that he bests Joseph Newgarden at one Iowa race. That's another huge bold prediction.
That is a very bold prediction. Newgarden,
but he almost did it in 2023. He almost did it. Almost. Almost.
I'm going to go back to IndyCar as well with my 9th prediction here. I believe, not Will Power, I believe Scott McLaughlin wins the 2024 IndyCar Series Championship. And I believe he does it with a lot of oval wins. And I believe he does get a couple of those street course wins. That's his background. I think that he's going to be very successful there. I think Penske takes a step forward. Maybe Ganassi takes a step back. Absolute bold prediction because I don't even know what to expect with Penske this year. But I think Scott McLaughlin gets some oval wins and really solidifies himself as the front runner there at Penske and wins the 2024 IndyCar Series Championship.
Damn.
Yeah, it's bold.
All right. For my 9th pick, I'm gonna go. This one's pretty decently bold. Pierre Gasly wins a Grand Prix. So paired with Oscar Piastri, I'm going to put Pierre Gasly as a Grand Prix winner for 2024.
Love to see it. Love to see it.
I would too.
Man, we're picking some pretty good predictions here on the Formula One because I got Leclerc winning at least 2 as a bold prediction. You got Oscar Piastri and Gasly. So that's according to our bold predictions, which I have to reiterate. These are bold, outlandish predictions we do not think are possible, but we're going to say them anyway. We got Max Verstappen losing 4 Grand Prix next year, which would be way more than he lost this year. Oh, man. I'll go back to Formula One with my final and 10th and last bold prediction for 2024. I believe kind of going off of the Charles Leclerc winning 2 Grand Prix. I'm going to kind of bounce off that and also say that Ferrari wins the 2024 Formula One Constructors Championship. I think that bold prediction. I just say that Ferrari cannot be as bad as they were strategy-wise in 2023. They can't. It's impossible. Isn't it impossible?
Every year is a new opportunity. All right, an opportunity to improve their already terrible strategy team to make it even worse.
I knew there was going to be a catch to that. So, yes, I believe that they find a way to win the Constructors' Championship. I think Perez is going to be a big reason for that. I think that he's just absolutely done. So, that's kind of where I'm going. I think I'm just going to go on a whim and say that Ferrari figures it out strategy-wise. Leclerc really has an amazing season. Sainz does enough, and they end up winning the Constructors' Championship.
All right. Now, look. For my final pick, all right, I'm choosing this because of all of you Lulu believers out there. All right, I believe this is bold because of your community. All right, Lewis Hamilton goes winless for 3 years straight. 2024, he will go winless once again, and yeah. That'll be his 3rd racing season where he goes winless.
Wow. So potentially, with that bold prediction, we could be seeing Mercedes go winless again in 2023. Or 2024.
I love it.
Wow.
I love it.
How the tides have turned the tables.
I love it. I love it.
Oh, man. That's crazy. Well, those are our 10 bold predictions for 2024. If you guys think you have one that might be more bold than us, if you agree with us, disagree with us, have a bold opinion of yourself, I would like to see those in the comment section below. I would love to interact with those and see what you guys are thinking, hot or cold, towards 2024 on predictions. I think if you were to guess, Tom, out of those 20 predictions, how many of those will get right? If I gave you the under-over on 3, would you take the under or the over? 3.
Ooh, that's a good... That's... Okay. So, let's see. Zero on mine. I can see Scott Dixon going winless. I think that's a possibility. All right. I'm gonna go with the under.
Under 3. I'm gonna go different than you just because you wouldn't take the under. I'm gonna take the over. I feel like Sheldon Creed, if he can win 5 races, I think the championship's included. So I guess you could call me a homer. I'm going to take both of those as hits. That's 2. I do believe that Rockingham does get announced as a 2025 All-Star race prediction. I think that's the one I'm the most confident of all of ours. So that puts us at 3 there. I got to find one more. And you know what? I think you're right with Will Power. I really do. I kind of predicted that in the IndyCar preview. I said Will Power's gonna be a lot better this year. There's no way he can go winless again. So I'm gonna bank on that being the 4th that gets us over the hump there on the over.
Yeah.
Well, there you have it.
Man, that's a damn good number though. Like if you would have said 4 under, I think I would be more confident in.
Yeah. I had to pick 3. 3 is a tough one to go under over. I mean, Vegas will put those odds there. Right? 3 for Dale. Jared said take the under. Oh, man. Alrighty. And then I just want to give one more bold prediction here. This one is actually from our production manager, Donovan, who you've seen on the channel a few times. Actually did a great job helping Tom make that promo video for the PSCRL League. If you guys haven't checked that out, go check that out. We'll be showcasing that a little bit next week and talking about that in next week's podcast. But his prediction I think this one takes the cake. The most bold prediction I've heard from anybody ever in my entire life. He said Max Verstappen's going to go winless in 2024.
I mean, if homie pulls a Chase Elliott at the Swiss Alps or something, you know.
Yeah, right. As long as he stays away from the slopes this year.
Yeah,
don't take up snowboarding.
Stay at home and play your iRacing. All right.
Yeah.
That's all you need to do.
Yeah, I think that one is definitely the boldest prediction I've ever heard in any motorsports of all time. I don't see that happening. Alrighty, thanks Donovan for that great entertainment there. Hopefully we get you on some more podcasts and watch parties, which is what I want to talk about next. So for January, me and Tom are planning on doing a Rolex 24 watch party in January. We won't be doing the full 24-hour race. I don't think we could stay awake or have enough time dedicated for that. But we will do a little bit what we did with Petit Le Mans. We are going to be here for the final couple hours of that race, kind of bring the anticipation down to the end of that race. So we will have that scheduled here soon for you guys to get anticipated and excited for, and come join us. It's going to be a wonderful time. You might be able to see Jared, maybe Dallas, maybe Donovan jump in there with us. That'd be a good time to hang out. Kind of kick off the racing season. It really kind of kicks off, in my opinion, with the Rolex 24. Maybe I guess you consider the Chili Bowl. I've watched that every year for the last few years, so I guess maybe that would be a little bit of a kickoff, but this will be a good way to start the 2024 racing season. And then for February, we're going to just run it back with the Daytona 500 for NASCAR. We'll be here for the full race, Daytona 500. Start to finish, we'll be doing a watch party for that. Super excited for that. And then when it gets to March, we'll bring the polls back for you guys to vote upon for which watch parties we do each month. Super excited about that. I mean, I don't know how you feel about it, but the watch parties last year, we had some great times. Had some pretty good memorable moments off of those watch parties. And I think that you guys enjoyed it just as much. And I think this year we're going to have more fun. I think we're going to have even more fun in 2024 with these watch parties. And I can't wait for you guys to come and enjoy those with us. And hopefully someday they allow us to actually show the race on the watch parties and not get demonetized. But that's all wishful thinking. With that being said, that pretty much summarized everything I had for this week, or for this week's podcast. Not a ton, so I know we're getting to the end of the off season. Really, I'm just ready for the racing season to start. I'm over this off season nonsense. It seems like the older I get, I don't know if you feel this way, Tom, but the older I get, it seems like the off season just lasts a lot longer. I mean, yes, I feel a little spoiled being a racing fan that our off season really only consists of like a month and a half, but that's way too long. That's still way too long. I mean, I'm over here watching anything and everything under the sun that involves racing over the last few weeks, just trying to get a fix, you know. It just seems like we're not getting close enough yet. So, I don't know. Do you feel that way, Tom? Do you feel like it just gets longer the older you get?
I think the older I get, the more I forget about what I'm gonna say next. I ain't lying. It's train of thought went back to Kansas. I don't know.
I get where you're going with that. Oh, man.
Yeah, look, off season always sucks, except for the people who work the actual seasons. But I'm just thankful that we have something that we can get together on and truly enjoy talking about, because stuff like this kind of builds a little bit of anticipation for the upcoming season. And you know, stuff like this is a nice change, right? It's fun. We get to do what we want, and you know, it does suck. I mean, I've got to the point now where with my kids, we'll be just hanging out on a Sunday afternoon, and my son will come up to me and he'll be like, you know, Daddy, turn on race cars, you know, and it's like, sorry, buddy, they're not racing this weekend. But in the swing of, or when we get into the swing of, of racing season, then, it's not only a good time passer, but it's also just a passion of competitiveness and just real passion drama that we see, that we get to experience. That's fun. And of course, yeah, I miss it during the off season, and I sincerely cannot wait, even more now than ever, because of this platform that we have on YouTube, to be able to talk about some things and have people interact for this upcoming season. I'm just super excited.
Yeah, super excited. It's just and that I mean, like what you said, it brings me to my next point here. What an amazing year 2023 has been. We started this channel back in March of 2023, right at the beginning of March, and how much we've grown, all the content we've put out, all the community we've built, all the people that come back and support us on all these videos, returning subscribers, the same there's a lot of the same common faces popping into our streams and saying hi or leaving a comment or liking our videos. It just means the world to us. Uh, just want to show you guys the racing in an aspect that we see the racing, because I would say we have a little bit different opinion on a lot of things than most people. I mean, we see it in a different lens, and being able to have a
for sure.
platform to talk about it with, and then all the connections we've met. I mean, even through like all the iRacing leagues and all the different drivers we met through there, a lot of connections. It's awesome, and I'm excited to grow this platform with you guys this year. This is kind of if you're part of the Dega Boys, you're part of the Dega Boys. You subscribe to this channel, you're part of us now. Like, we're a family. We all your opinions and your takes are just as welcome as our takes. Even if we disagree with you or you disagree with us, we respect your take and we would love to hear it, because we want to know what everybody's thinking. We want to get that perspective and share it with the world, because a lot of people in the racing sport, there's the louder voices always seem to get the attention, and we want the people that don't have that large name or voice out there that can share their opinion, because it means the world in keeping the health of the sport that we all love and we come and enjoy on a yearly basis. And there really is only one season. It's racing season. Everything else in between, before and after, is just waiting. So we're in that process right now. So thanks for an amazing 2023. The content is not going to stop. We're going to keep bringing you guys great podcasts every Tuesday. We cannot wait for some of the great stuff that we have planned this year. Dega games are just right around the corner. We can't wait to see you guys there if you guys are going to Talladega. We can't wait to bring such great content there for you guys.
Yeah, and you know what, Jay? If you guys are going to Talladega, hit us up. We're in turns 1 and 2. You guys can't miss us. Cannot miss us.
Yeah.
We will be camped out on the infield. We'll be the loudest people there. Guarantee it. You cannot miss us. Cannot miss us.
Yeah, it's a great time. I can't wait. It's just, yeah, actually, I can't wait. Talladega is our company retreat. That's just where we're gonna go. That's where we're gonna be.
It's the boys' weekend, baby.
It is.
It's
It's
the
just
boys.
a great time. And it's one of the only times a year we all get to kind of meet up. I mean, you've seen Donovan, you've seen Jared on the channel a few times. You're gonna get to see them as well. Some other people that are kind of in the background that you don't get to hear from or see. A lot of our other friends, and then yeah, super excited. Good to meet some of the NSR guys are gonna be there. It's gonna be a fun time. And then King of Camo. I mean, these guys are just awesome. I mean, their content is just hilarious. I mean, they are definitely one of the top platforms on all of YouTube. And if you guys aren't subscribed to King of Camo, I don't know what to tell you guys. You guys got to go hit their channel up right now. Tell them the Dega Boys sent you, and then also tell them #Team Dega Boys.
Yeah, Team Dega Boys. Hey, that's important.
Yes,
That's important. You have to tell them #Team Dega Boys. You know, just do it. I promise.
Yeah, we need
It's
to
good.
get some #Team Dega Boys shirts on the store here in the next couple weeks, because that would be a great opportunity to pump the Dega games. I guess our plan here before we end this for the next couple podcasts. Next week we're gonna do a little bit of a Chili Bowl preview, kind of set up the race, maybe talk about how the process. Anybody that's new to the Chili Bowl or anything they want to learn about it, we'll kind of preview that a little bit. And then also we're gonna kind of dedicate next week's podcast to kind of a preview into what we're doing via broadcasting in 2024. We'll talk about all the leagues we're gonna call. We're gonna show off our promo video and kind of talk about it. Maybe bring Jared and Donovan into the podcast as well, so we can kind of talk about their roles moving into 2024, as in pit road reporters, and everything like that. So I hope you guys come enjoy that one with us. That's gonna be a good one, talking about a little bit of our future in the broadcasting side of things, because we've got some big things coming up this year, and I'm super excited to bring that to you guys. And then the week after that, we're gonna do a little bit of reviewing of the Chili Bowl, get into that, and then we'll start setting you guys up for the Rolex 24. A lot of driver announcements have been made over this off season. We're gonna get you all caught back up. I know we did the preview with the IMSA series season, WEC seasons, but we kind of did a broad brush of the whole season, so we want to kind of preview that race individually. And then we're gonna get right back into it, because then we got the Clash coming up, then back into Daytona, and then in March we get back into everything. So super excited to bring you guys these last few weeks of the off season, get you guys started off right here into 2024. Is there anything else you want to talk about here tonight, Tom, before we sign off?
Yeah. Well, you already hinted on it with the King of Camel. Make sure you guys go check him out. Look, if you're into any type of gun customization, modification, go hit up their channel. Go give them a like and a subscribe. Comment them. Tell them Dega Boys sent you. Hashtag Team Dega Boys. Very important. Very important. And go support them as well. They're a great community. Like Jay said, hilarious videos. They've really blown up. Honestly, in the past couple of months, just a few hours ago, they hit 5,000 subs. So, congratulations to them. They're going into 2024 on an extremely high note, and just make sure you guys ride that wave too. It's extremely important to them, and it means a lot to us as well, as they continue to support our channel as well. Look, if you want to be a part of the boys, join our membership program. It's really cool. Some of the price points there, it should match whatever budget you have. Some of them even allow you to look at videos before they even come out. Some of the scheduled videos that we have, which is really cool. You guys can go ahead and see some of the videos that aren't public, which is pretty dope in my opinion. But all those funds that come to us from that really just help us to build this channel. And like Jay said about 2023 was such an amazing year. 2024, I am projecting to be leaps and bounds better. We are so close to 1,000 subs. I think right now I'm looking at it, 871. That's 129 subs away. Man, we are so close. Help us out. Tell your grandma, tell your great-grandma, tell your cousins, your brothers, stepsons, nepsons, whatever you got. Just tell everybody. We appreciate the whole community coming out and supporting us, which leads me into thanking the already subscribed people. Thank you again for helping us grow this platform, and you guys being a part of that means a lot to us, that you hit that subscribe button and, continue to like our videos, watch our videos. It's extremely important to be a part of this YouTube partnership that Jay and I are chasing with this Dega Boys channel. So we appreciate all you guys there. Make sure you guys check out our store as well. Look, I just updated it. I put a new shirt out. It's freaking hilarious. I'm not going to tell you guys what it is, but I'll give you a hint. I already posted it on our community page, but you can go into our store right from our channel and you can go look at it. It's phenomenal, honestly. And I'll give credit to Jared here. All right. Jared coming up with his one-liners, phenomenal. Thank you, Jared. It is. Everything's great. But yeah, make sure you guys go check that out. All of the proceeds that go towards our channel also come to us, also helps us support our channel as well. So we really appreciate that. Also, keep your eyes out for the next couple months in our store. We're going to be making a lot of stuff for the upcoming Dega games. So make sure you guys just keep your eye out. It's going to be some good stuff coming through there. And if you guys really liked what you guys saw tonight, some of the banter that Jay and I have, look, we do this on a week-to-week basis on Tuesdays. the most consistent NASCAR platform, racing platform, to come in and talk about racing. Every Tuesday, we are here, right here, talking. And all of you guys are invited to come and join in on the talking. We love interacting with the community. That is something that you will not find with any other channel or platform. We talk to the community. We love talking to you guys. You guys are the best. If it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't be here, and we realize that. So we like to give back while you guys give to us. There's a lot of give from us, and yeah, it just means a lot to us. So thank you to everybody who came out and watched tonight. Just hit that subscribe button if you're new. Hit the bell as well. You can come and see all the new videos coming out, or be notified of all the new videos coming out, which is, again, extremely important to us. And yeah, we just appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Yeah, that was well said. Thanks, Tom. I just want to say, close this out, go follow us on our socials. Make sure you guys go and stay up to date on everything there. And Happy New Year
Dallas
to all
Seward.
of you. Oh, Dallas Seward. I forgot to mention Dallas.
I almost
Seward.
forgot.
Yeah, thank you, Dallas, for being a member on our membership program. Tom kind of talked about it, all the different pricing points that best fit you and your budget and your interest in this channel. Dallas Seward is a member of our channel. And if you guys want to become a member just like Dallas, get a shout out on every one of our live streams, go check that out. That would be very much appreciated. It all goes back to help us make more great content. So thank you, Dallas. And I guess, yeah, thank you, thank you, Dallas. Thank you, Tim, again for the logo, just in case you missed the beginning. And yeah, that being said, Happy New Year to everybody. Thank you so much for an amazing 2023. I'm so excited to kick off 2024 here. It means the world to us. Dega Boys on the rise in 2024. More great content to come. And we're just getting ready to wrap up this racing off season back into the season. And we will see you guys all next week on this podcast, Full Send Half Mast Podcast, episode 51. Cannot wait to see you guys there. And with that being said, this is Dega Boys. We're going to be signing off for tonight, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.